Question 23. What is the nth term of the sequence 50, 40, 30, 20? And obviously the next one would be 10. Now, what you've got to remember is that the nth term, n, is basically the position of the number in the sequence. So 50 is in position 1, 40 is in position 2, 30 is in position 3, 20 is in position 4, and 10 is in position 5. And you're trying to find the relationship or the rule that links the position number to the actual number underneath it. So what rule links 1 to 50, 2 to 40, 3 to 30, 4 to 20, and so on. And it's got to be the same rule. We're not finding a different rule for each pair of numbers. We want one rule that works for them all. And this is how you do it. So you put little loops on between the numbers and you say, right, okay, these are going down in tens. It's very important that if it goes down, you put minus 10. So the gap isn't just 10, the gap is minus 10 because it's going down. That will come into play in a minute. So that tells you that the first part of your nth term rule is minus 10n. Then you reverse the sequence by one term. So if it goes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, reversing by one term would basically mean that this would have to be 60. And that's positive 60. So the other bit of the rule is plus 60. And that basically is the final answer, minus 10n plus 60. But there's a little bit more to it than this. First of all, you've got to be able to understand why that rule works. And secondly, you've got to understand what's the point of it. So the reason why it works is because that is the link between this pair of numbers. Minus 10 lots of 1 is minus 10. And minus 10 plus 60 does indeed give you 50. So it works for the first pair of numbers. Minus 10 lots of 2 is minus 20. And minus 20 plus, if you stick a 2 in there, you're on minus 20. Minus 20 plus 60 is 40. So it works for the second pair. If you stick a 3 where n is, minus 10 lots of 3 is minus 30. And minus 30 plus 60 is 30. So that works. Minus 10 times 4 is minus 40. And minus 40 plus 60 is 20. So that works. And if you put a 5 in there, minus 10 times 5 is minus 50. And minus 50 plus 60 is positive 10. So that works. So that's why the rule works. But then the point of it is that if someone came along and said, what is the 100th term in the sequence? You don't want to be having to continue the sequence 100 times till you've got 100 numbers. So you replace n with 100 and you work it out. So minus 10 lots of 100 would be minus 1000, and minus 1000 plus 60, you're coming back up towards 0, so that would be minus 940. So if we would continue this sequence until we've got 100 terms, the 100th term would be negative 940. But the answer to the question was minus 10n plus 60.